questions for Coach.
It's been a while since you guys played at PBA.
Yeah.
Show the guys around the locker rooms.
Yeah, we couldn't get in today, so yeah, it's been a while. We practiced at PBA yesterday. Obviously, we're very excited to get back in front of our great fans, and coming off a really important road win for our team to show that we can win an overtime game when we hit a little adverse patch. Really throughout the whole game, but at that last possession to be able to keep their composure and their poise and go out and play, for each other and together in overtime was an important step for this team. Now to come back home, the important thing when you have a big emotional win like that is putting it behind you. And our guys, as they've done all year, they've had a good approach. They've shown resiliency after losses and the ability to put a win behind them. So, it's about going out and playing 40 minutes against a really physical team that's coming off one of their best performances of the season, and was really impressed with what they did against a really good Wisconsin team in their game on Saturday, I believe it was. So, it's important now to come back and protect home court in this league. You have to do it if you have any chance of having success. And our guys will be ready, but I know Illinois will as well. They're one of the more physical teams. They're fast. They create steals, and we have to do a good job taking care of the basketball and keeping them out of transition.
What's the key for this team to get consistency, where you follow up a win, strong performance with another one, not have that up and down that's been happening?
Yeah, I mean it's obviously one of the most important things, and I think we've probably been a little better, to be honest with you, after a loss, and we got to come out with the urgency. We have not let them get comfortable. We had a long film session. There's plenty that we needed to correct after that Minnesota game, and we got after them with a good hard physical practice today, and that's going to have to carry over. I did think our best shoot-around of the year was at Michigan State. We were flying around. The guys were talking. They were energetic. I wish that carried over. You never know the exact science on how a shoot-around or a walkthrough translates. Sometimes you're going through the motions and you go out and play your butt off. And the other night, or at Michigan State, we were, again, I thought we were really going to come out of the gates with great energy. We just were just one little half step slow, which is all it takes in this league. And obviously Michigan State shows what they're capable of, being one of the top teams in this league. But, being able to bounce back after a big win, you have to do it. And if you want to have success, it's one of the most important things you have to do.
What kind of teaching tapes at the end of regulation provide as far as situational basketball?
Yeah, it's you always learn, and it's always better to learn after a win. And for our guys on that last possession with 20 seconds, everybody said, "Why didn't you foul?" It was too much time. 20 seconds, a lot of things have to happen in 20 seconds. You have to get the ball in bounds. You anticipate they're going to extend it by making free throws. You have to make your free throws, which obviously has been an issue for us this year. They started their drive at 10, and we came off and helped and got into rotation, and that's something you can't do. So we worked on that exact same situation yesterday in our practice. And, the first time it happens, you always wonder how you're going to handle it. You work on late game situations in practice, and then you need to go out and execute it. So, again, you had a great opportunity to learn from a situation that happened. Sam still had a contest on that play in the corner. Obviously, we are so heavy in help with our low man. The old habit just kind of kicked in, and we went in there to help. So, it's about, we talked about it, two doesn't hurt you there. You extend it, you make free throws, and then maybe you get it down to the point where you can foul if it's a low enough clock. But, great opportunity for our team. And we watched it, we worked on it, and hopefully we handle it better the next time it happens.
What kind of challenge does Coleman Hawkins present 4 or 5 kind of playmaking big?
Yeah, he's coming off a great performance, making 6 threes against Wisconsin, and he'll play both front line positions, and he poses a heck of a problem. The one thing that we're coming off a game where we had to prepare the same way for Dawson Garcia when he played the 5 with his ability to pop. Hawkins will pop more than Garcia. Garcia when you look at the analytics, he was 50% roll, he's 50% pop. Coleman Hawkins is popping most of the times, and if he's got space, he's going to make it. So you have, again, different coverages when you play against guys like that, and you always have a secondary coverage that you have to be ready and go out and make an adjustment. But, a kid's playing with a lot of confidence right now after his last game, and hopefully we can have good spirited contests and force him to rush those shots a little bit. But the kid's a heck of a player.
Brad Underwood described your style of play, Fred, as bully ball. Just how physical you play. I think that's kind of what they like to do as well. Is that kind of how you see it? That it's
teams with similar styles?
Yeah, Brad's teams are always one of the most physical teams that you're going to play against, and Danger in the paint is a load, and he's really crafty. He's got a great touch on the inside. He can really pass the basketball, and he's got great physicality to him. But they do such a good job of dropping in the paint, chasing all the screens, getting into your body. We can't let them dictate where we're going. We have to be tough and physical, not only defensively but offensively, or else they're just going to push us all over the place. So, he does a phenomenal job of getting his guys to go out and play with effort, and hopefully our guys continue to do that same thing. It's been the identity of this team. You see how much slower our pace is this year when you look at the numbers, and we just have to be ready for an all-out battle, and it's going to be on the first possession. We can't go out and take the temperature and see how it's going to be. They're coming, and they're coming hard, and they're coming fast, and they're coming with physicality. So we have to be ready for it, and we have to sustain it.
Is that a first for you?
They used to call me a bully all the time, Tom, with my game. No, listen, I didn't shoot a three until my sophomore year in high school, so I was a post player. So, yeah, that was kind of description of my game was, I had up and unders. Never mind, it's not about me.
Illinois is kind of a team that seems to thrive in chaos, where they force a lot of turnovers, they turn the ball over a lot. How important is it for your guards to not just protect the basketball, but not get sped up, keep the pace where it needs to be?
Yeah, I'm really impressed with their freshman guard picking up full court. He's one of the top steal guys in the country per minute played, and Shannon playing the passing lanes. They're really good, and they war you through screens. They're going to blow up handoffs. You have to be tough. That's what you say. You think a lot of times toughness is only on the defensive end. For a game like this, you have to have toughness on the offensive end, and it is. If you turn the ball over against this team, they're going to make you pay. And if you have live ball turnovers, they turn into layups and dunks. They're very athletic, so it's just a huge point of emphasis of taking care of the basketball tomorrow night.
I think Derek's been with you all 4 seasons, so how far has he come as an offensive player since he got here from Tennessee? And how far has he come in just the last year?
Yeah, I think you saw the efficiency that Derek played with last year, but he's really improved his off-the-dribble game. And you saw when Derek was out of the lineup those first 5 games how much we struggled with pressure. So it's such a luxury to have a front court player that can initiate the offense for you. And I think that's where Derek's game has improved the most, is his ability to handle the ball. He's been a good passer at the elbows, but you see what happens. He's bringing the ball up the floor. He's got the freedom to probe, and I thought he took what the defense gave him much better than he did in East Lansing, where I thought he forced the issue early in the possession, tried to split small gaps. When he's got space, he's very effective, and you just see his right hand, left hand, his ability to change angles on his jump hook. It's good to see him knock down free throws in the last game after a tough one the night before. He's working hard at it. So just overall, when you look at everything, Derek, and his free throw percentage last year, he was over 70%. So he's made strides all across the board and on both ends. He's a reliable defender now, and I think the experience that he has, is a big factor for that.
Other than him, who do you attribute his development to among your coaches?
Yeah, he's worked with a lot of guys. Nate has done a great job with him. Looking back when he got here, he had a sit-out year. That's back in the old days when he had to sit out as a transfer. But he worked hard that year in expanding his game. And, right now he's working with a lot of guys. Ernie works with him on the block. Coach Howard works with our bigs. And, I give a lot of credit to Derek. He's just been great. He's been a sponge, and I'm really proud of him for where he's taken his game.
Obviously, defense is a key identity of this team. Do you see them take a step forward offensively this weekend, especially within free throws?
Yeah, we were much better, and I think you see the percentages and the efficiency. And I think a lot of things, when we went back and watched the film on why we were so inefficient in the first half against Michigan State, we shot 26 or 27%, and then in the second half we shot almost 58%. So we tried to show what happens when you play the right way and you get movement, you get the defense shifted side to side. We had probably one of our better performances against a great defensive team. And then we carried that over, and I thought I had great movement and great trust. Of our 14 baskets in the first half, 12 of them were assisted. And that's a great sign. That shows the ball was moving. In the second half, we just got the ball to the right guy and let him go to work. And I thought our spacing was much better. That attributed to the efficiency numbers. And it's every team's going to play you differently. We prepared Minnesota that they were going to blitz us and get out and show, and they ended up going under everything. So our guys adjusted on the fly to that. Illinois is going to play a different style than anything we've seen with the way they play ball screens, with their drop, and the way that they really war and chase everything over screens with their physicality. And we prepare for it. You watch the film edit of the defense, and then you try to go out and put your attack in. But our guys did a great job in Minnesota adjusting on the fly, and I thought that just the ball movement and the sharing of the ball and shifting the defense is what attributed to our uptick on offense.
Fred, how do you describe what's happening in college basketball nationally right now with the amount of upsets? And in the Big Ten, there's 11 teams at the top separated by just 2 games. And I know similar things happening in the ACC and SEC. So what do you make of everything that's happening through the first couple of years?
Yeah, I mean, there's so much parity across the board. I think, you look at the Big 12, what's going on in that league. I think every team right now is projected to have a chance to make the tournament. And, with our league, with the parity that we have, and, really everything. And I think some of it you can attribute to the transfers, and teams have gotten older. And, even in the non-conference portion of the schedule, you look at our schedule, for example, is, I think, the toughest of any Power 5 team in the country, according to, one of those net things. But, it's just a matter of, I think, so much parity across the board. And, you got to be ready. If you're not ready to play, you're going to get stung. And I think you're seeing that all across the country. Thank you, guys.